day everyone, I am Justin Bridget Cisararanya. My topic for today is all about the introduction of John Paul Lederach to conflict transformation model. Before we start, let me introduce who is John Paul Lederach. John Paul Lederach is an author and a practitioner in the fields of conflict transformation and peace building. Lederach was born in Indiana into the family of a local preacher. He has pursued a PhD in sociology with a concentration in the social conflict program from the University of Colorado, receiving his degree in 1988. He has helped to design and conduct training programs in 25 countries across 5 continents. Lederach is the author of 22 books and a professor of international peace building at the University of Notre Dame Kroc Institute of International Peace Studies and a senior fellow of Humanity United. He is also a distinguished scholar of the Center for Justice and Peace Building, part of Eastern Mennonite University, Harrisonburg, Virginia. Conflict transformation. To better understand conflict transformation, an explanation of each component is needed. First is the envision and response. F and flow, life-giving opportunities, constructive change processes, reduce violence and increase justice, direct interaction and social structures, human relationships. So this means these components attempt to capture the attitude and orientation we bring to creative conflict transformation. It is the starting point of such an approach and the various change process involved in such an approach. Conflict and change. There are 4 central modes in which conflict impacts situation and change things. First is the personal, second the relational, third is the structural, fourth is the cultural. First is the personal, which is to minimize destructive effects of social conflict and maximize the potential for personal growth in physical, emotional, and spiritual levels. Second is the relational. It minimizes the poorly functioning communication and maximizes understanding. Third is the structural. It understands and addresses root cause of violent conflict, promote non-violent mechanism, minimize violence, foster structure that meet the basic human needs, and maximize public participation. Cultural identity and cultural, it identify and understand the cultural patterns that contribute to the rise of violent expression of conflict, identify cultural resources for constructively handling conflict. Personal dimension, it refers to change affected and desired for the individual. This include the cognitive, emotional, perceptual, or spiritual aspect of the human experience over the course of conflict. The second is the rational, so it depicts the change affected and undesired for the face-to-face relationship. Here is the issues of emotions or the power and interdependence and the negative and interactive aspect of the conflict and conflict are essential. Third is the structural dimension. It highlights the underlying causes of conflict and stresses the way in which social structure, organization, and institution are built, sustained, and changed by conflict. It is about the ways people build and organize socio-economic and institutional relationships to meet the basic human needs and provide access to resources, and decision-making. The last one is the cultural. It refers to the ways the conflict changes the patterns of group life as well as the ways the culture affects the development of processes to handle and respond to conflict. So let's talk about the big picture of conflict transformation. As you can see from the inquiry 1, it is represent the presenting situation. So from this point of inquiry is the presenting situation, the conflict episode that provides an opportunity to look both at the content of the dispute and the patterns of relationship in the context in which the dispute is expressed. In the inquiry 2, it's about the horizon of future. So from this second point of inquiry, the horizon of the future, the image of what we wish to create, it asks us to consider what we would ideally like to see in place. However, this is not simply a model of linear change in which there is a movement from the present situation to the desired future, while the presenting issue acts as an impetus toward change. So the horizon of the future points toward the possibilities of what could be constructed and built. So it represents a social energy that informs and creates a orientation. Last is the inquiry 3. It is the final major inquiry is the design and support of the change process. So this broader component, it requires that we think about the response to conflict as the development of change process that attend to the web of interconnected needs, relationship, and the patterns. Because the change processes should address both the immediate problems and the broader relational and structural patterns, we need to reflect on multiple levels and type of change rather than focusing on the single operational solution. So change is the process must not only promote short-term solution but also build platforms capable of promoting long-term social change.